Dana Litwarnia, and I am currently a candidate for the master's degree in educational technology through Boise State University. I started the program online through Boise State University in the fall of 2011, and it's been an absolutely amazing journey. I started soon after completing my undergraduate degree from Rowan University, and I got my degree in geography as well as elementary education. When I completed my student teaching, I looked back on that and I realized there was such a need for people to teach teachers how to implement technology into their classrooms. And I really wanted a program that would teach me those skills, and I found that at Boise State. This is a reflection video of some of my favorite artifacts that I completed during my time at Boise State. I hope you enjoy watching them, and I thank you for watching. Through instructional design, I learned that instructional design is actually quite similar to a topographical map. See, instructional design allows the viewer to see the intricate terrain in a myriad of layers. Knowing where one is going determines what specific types of technical gear one may need to pack. Topographic maps, like instructional design, utilize layers to help instruct the viewer in reaching their destination in the most effective way possible. A map uses contour lines to show the reader geography, and in good instructional design plan, the layout will likewise reveal a solid outline and contour through tested methodology. When you look at maps, you can find different routes to one destination. Similarly, an instructional design plan will not be one size fits all, but it will show various routes for implementing successful learning and/or training. So how did this class impact my profession? Well, it really did sculpt me and show me how to create successful plans. Not only to teach students, but to teach other teachers. First of all, it worked on my assessments. It really showed me how to assess problems. I used interviews and pre-tests as a major form of assessment. And the reason I did that is because it was to find a solution to that problem. What's the problem? Let's find the solution, and then let's determine if it's effective. And if it's not effective, what are we going to do to have it become effective? So every learner is getting the big picture from that lesson. And those are the most important things that I really feel, in a nutshell, that I've learned from this class. All right, for my artifact number 2, I created my first website, and I'm really proud of this. I created a website for learning, and what I learned is just how to create navigation that is easy to find, links to labs that are for both the student and then the key for the professor. I have embedded video on this website. You can see on the right hand side there's tons of additional resources that have to do with whatever is on that page. There's documentaries. You can click and watch more embedded movies. I also learned how to embed podcasts and allow those to be listened to for that specific mountain. And I just really enjoyed doing this website and learning how I could bring the mountains to the students without them having to really even leave their desk, wherever they were. Just a fabulous bunch of information that I was able to retain from this class. In the future, I'll be using these exact techniques to teach more of my students online and in the classroom, and hopefully I will be able to use this for many years to come. Okay, so for my online learning project, I did a unit plan on winter, and I really learned about graphic design and how to utilize design in order to create effective learning in an online environment. With the welcome page, you can see the winter, and it's the first thing students will see. For the project, I created a simple introduction. Each snowflake is a link, and it will click to a page. We also have links in the navigation site on the left where you can see. The Hi Bear, I'm Nate, as you can see, hibernate. Graphic introduces two parts of the unit. First, we introduce Nate, a character that's given a large introduction, and he is all over the site. I really wanted to focus on repetition with him. There's also links, as you can see, to the different hibernation science lessons. And for that graphic, I created a winter and outdoor feel, as you can see by the colors I used. And I used also Adobe Illustrator. And again, using the redundancy method, I use snowflakes, and I use the blue feeling to give the feeling of winter. To create depth, I added shadow and texture. And we can go over to the winter story. Now, for the winter story, I created this page to introduce the students to the language arts story. I wanted to create a whimsical looking page to have the students start to think about creativity about winter storms. There's the tree, and there's, again, the snowflakes. I also created a rubric, which I found in this class is very important to keep the students understanding what they need to do and what needs to be done. We go over now to temperature differences. Temperature differences for this is a math project, but what I really want to focus on, it's not the project, but it's the computer graphics that were used. For the graphics, I used a shape tool. Here you see hierarchy being taught, and it's shown at the top of the chart. It contains a large rectangle, and then it's followed by guiding arrows as well as circles. And in doing this, I was able to create by color the summer and winter, and by the circles you can see what needs to go where. You have your arrows pointing you on your way, and it really helps the children in learning and understanding how they need to follow the directions. Then we can click the top. I really like the checklists. So it's another thing that I'll be incorporating into my professional classrooms, and it's really impacted me to give the students a checklist. I love checklists. I know the students like to do checklists. For this checklist, they are able to evaluate their own progress, and the students are able to also download that list. And then we have an extra credit project, and for this I incorporated typography. I created 4 representative graphics to help viewers associate words with the winter season. And more so than this, the bigger picture that I learned is how to really capture students' attention. The teacher's list was also something that will help me later on. Is I have a clear list using white space. White space is a huge new concept for me, and I love it. I really think by using white space, you can highlight the most important things, and I will be using that technique for years to come. These are some of the things that I learned in the process of designing this site, and I really appreciate you watching. I had an absolutely wonderful time in this class, and I learned tons of information on how to create successful online courses.